In general, I would consider my childhood to be fairly mundane. My parents weren't extraordinarily rich or poor, we didn't have any super annoying neighbors, and school was mostly uneventful. All in all, I'd say it was just an average childhood. However, every kid has at least one story from when something was just plain weird. Let me set the scene. Ohio, July, around 2004 or 5. I was about 8 or 9. The place where my dad works gives him and everyone else some time off in July for vacation, so my dad was home with us for summer break. It took a lot of pestering, but I convinced my dad to take my brother and I to every kid's happy place. Build-A-Bear. Just in case you don't know what Build-A-Bear is, it's a place where you choose out an animal you want to create, you give it a voice, clothes, you even put a little heart in the thing, and give it life. Then you get to name it and adopt it and take it home. We get to the mall where the Build-A-Bear is, and I'm very excited. 8-year-old me loved Build-A-Bear, but we didn't go super often since it's a bit pricey. This was a treat. We walk in, and the smiling old lady greets us with the usual "Welcome to Build-A-Bear" talk they give everyone when they come in. And then it hit me. This store reeked. This was one really strong, not pleasant smell. I try not breathing it in, but inevitably I have to take a breath. I look around and see the same disgusted face I have on my brother and dad. The old lady was still talking to us, so we were all trying really hard not to be rude to her. After all, she seemed friendly enough. She looked like one of those fat grandmas that would make you cookies and spoil you to no end. She finished her spiel, and then went on to help some kids who were further along in the process of building their bear. My dad didn't want to stay in this store since it smelled so bad, but I was a stubborn child and I really wanted my bear. My dad and I, as quietly as we could, argued about whether we should stay or leave. As we were arguing, the smell faded. "See, Dad, we should just stay. The smell isn't even that bad now." My dad, after a long-fought battle, begrudgingly agrees to stay and continue the trip. Another, much younger employee starts helping my brother and I. We continue the process of building our bears, making it past the voice box, adding the heart, and stuffing stages. The younger employee leaves us to help another family, and we were reunited with the old lady. Not only does this old lady return, so does the stench. We chose to skip the clothes in order to avoid the smell. We quickly make the adoption papers and get checked out as soon as possible. Once we leave the store, I ask my dad what that smell was. "Dad, what was that smell?"
"Well, I didn't want to say it in the store, but that old lady reeked of weed."
So as it turns out, this grandma was no ordinary grandma. This grandma was dank. Now, at that time I didn't fully understand weed. All I knew at the time was that it was a drug and teachers told us to stay away from it. I also kinda didn't fully believe my dad, since little 8-year-old me always thought of him as someone who would never have encountered such a thing. A law-abiding citizen, if you will. I can now definitely confirm that that smell was indeed weed. I'm in college, so weed on campus is to be expected. You can definitely smell it from time to time when somebody decides they want to light up. Not only that, but one thing I didn't mention during my worst jobs and annoying customers videos was that a lot of my coworkers were druggies. However, that old lady, of all the weed smokers I have ever encountered, smelled the worst. And kids, don't do drugs. So guys, this is my first video with 1,000 subscribers. 1K, can you believe that? I have a K now. In all seriousness, I can't believe 1,000 of you actually think I'm cool enough to subscribe to. My channel has been growing so fast lately, and I really don't know what to say other than thank you. I really appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me.
Hababa.